Okay, we're back. You should have just finished the engage part of this lesson and you got an intro into middle grade fiction books, probably already getting a sense of what's making them more complex. I'm going to further explain what goes into the writing of these middle grade fiction books, and how the author's writing them so that you can raise your awareness as you read. The more aware you are as you read these books versus just reading through them cover to cover, the better a reader you'll be. The lesson that we'll have today, I'm going to identify 3 what are called this term literary devices. Literary devices might be new to you, to raise your awareness. Literary devices are those parts of the story that make you think extra hard. Well, I call them VIP places in a story, or places where your inner voice is the loudest. That's VIP in reverse. Those places where your inner voice gets the loudest should be noted as you read. Sometimes you're going to want to jot something down. Literary devices. In your more complex books, you're going to have more and more, and although we're talking about 3 today, we'll keep going through the year and adding more to that. So it's how your author is writing to engage you in a text. Your early readers you had when you were younger might have just told a story in a total line. We call those a linear story. Just right, so predictable, you know what was going to happen, right in order. So the first device I want to talk to you is called a flashback. If your author is using a lot of flashbacks, we might call that story a non-linear plot line, having a non-linear plot line. If they're just using a few, not too many of them, the book probably is just following a linear plot line with a few flashbacks. So it's a literary device in which an earlier event is inserted into the normal chronological order of a narrative. So think about The Lion King and how Simba, he's older, Mufasa, his father died, and he ran away, and he has a flashback of his father's voice saying, "Remember who you are." And when that happened, as a place to say, why was that memory important? Why was he hearing his father's voice? And you might say to yourself, I think he's going to make a decision based on that. Helps you think a little forward, like he's thinking backward to help him solve this problem and return to the Pride Lands. So flashback. Second literary device, repeated objects, words. So picking up on patterns. When you notice an object, word, or phrase or situation mentioned over and over, this is a place to stop. Ask yourself, why does this keep happening again and again? The answer to that question might relate to the theme or the conflict, or even help you predict what might happen later in the story. The last literary device today is problems and solutions, or attempts at solutions. So when a character realizes, understands, or finally figures out something,